In this video, we're going to use a truth table to decide if this statement, the statement in red here, is a tautology, a contradiction, or neither. So to that end, let me give myself some room to make my truth table. Now remember, the final column in our truth table is going to be this statement in red. And we want to start from the smallest pieces, or the most elemental pieces, the most basic fundamental pieces of our statement, which is P and Q. So we'll start with P and Q. We'll have a column for each. Then building up from the inside out, we have P and Q. Next, we'll have a column for Q implies P and Q. And finally, we'll end with the statement in red. P implies Q implies P and Q. And so the idea here is we're starting with all possible situations. Since P can be true or false and Q can be true or false, we have the possibility of having true true, true false, false true, or false false. And you can see that we have these here. Okay, now let's take care of the next column, P and Q. Remember that an and is only true when both statements are true. So we have true, false, false, false. Now moving on to this next column, remember that an implication or a conditional is only false when we have the situation true implies false. It's only false when we have this situation, true implies false, and true in all other situations. So looking at Q and then P and Q, first let's consider the two places in Q that are both true. True there and true there. Now looking at those, because Q is true, we have a possibility of the whole thing being false. But that only happens when the second thing, right, this thing here is false. We have true there, false there. So this is the only time that it'll be false. And we'll have true in all other instances. All right, now moving on to this final column, we're going to look at P implies this whole thing. And remember, again, it's only false if we have true implies false. Okay, turn our attention to P and to this whole thing. Let's see, the only chance for this final column to have a false is when we have true for P. So looking here and here. And if we have true there, the only way that we can get false is if we have false here or here. And we don't have false there, right? So then we must have true, 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 true. Now notice that all possible, no matter what the truth assignments are, no matter what we chose for P and Q to be, we got true no matter what, right? So our final column is all truths. This says tautology. So the answer is tautology.